It's 117. I should have waited an hour. But anyway, what's up, you guys? It's Dito D. So I wanted to talk to y'all about this movie I watched yesterday. It's called Weapons. Weapons is a new horror movie that's been released in theaters. Everybody's running out to see it. It was one of my highly anticipated movies of the year. It's a movie that I had a theory about if it is whether or not an offshoot of an older movie. And the answer is absolutely yes. This is absolutely a retake of the story told in Perkins 14. Weapons is about 17 kids that vanish, that all run out of their homes at 2:17 a.m. one night. 17 kids, all from the same second grade class. Everybody gets involved. So many people are concerned, worried, and they're blaming the second grade teacher because it all happened in her classroom. They think maybe she started a cult or something. When I'm thinking about the movie, I can't really think about it in a linear way. It's kind of Pulp Fiction esque in the way that the story is told. It is from beginning to end, but we cover ground a few times, cover the same ground. We do it from different character perspectives. So that was creative. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it has never been done before, but the way they did it here was creative. The first three characters that they chose to follow, I thought were right. The other three characters that they chose to follow, it was an interesting choice. And the characters were cool to watch. I think that there's a drug addict named James, and he was very, like, his story was good. And then I believe the little boy's name is Alex. I could be mistaken, but his story is probably the best. When I first was thinking about the movie and grading it, I thought about it. I did a recording and I gave it a 7.9. But it's kind of like when I watched Alien Covenant. I told people that movie was whack, and then one day I had to explain the movie to somebody. And while I was sitting there explaining the movie to them, what I was saying was so dope. I was like, bro, I've seen this movie twice. I must be tripping. This movie was dope. Okay. And that's how I'm feeling about Weapons, because the more I'm thinking about what played out, not necessarily just how it played out, then the score, like, I question, why did I give it a 7.9? The reason why I gave it a lower score than I'm about to give it is because I was expecting certain things. And when I didn't get those things, I felt like kind of let down, but I felt like the audience missed out on something. I was like, oh, these niggas need to see this, right? But what they gave us was just as good, and it was classic. It's something that the end of this movie I've heard people talk about. I haven't really heard them say what they have to say about it. I just heard them bring it up. And yes, it's something happening at the end of this movie that is is just wonderful. And it's leading me to a movie that I'll be watching later on today. Also, the end of this movie is is some very heavy shit. So it's like, yeah, this is a horror movie, and there's not a lot of blood and guts because for the first half of the movie, like, it's all build up. There's really no action, but there you do get some blood and gore. But the psychological impact that it had on the people and possibly you because you watched the story and what's happening, that's the part that's heavy. And to me, it wasn't necessarily scary. I didn't think the movie was scary. I just felt like this is wrong. You know what I mean? So there's like a line there. It's like, oh, this is hella scary, and this is just like we're getting too scary, and I'm sure people will be scared by these things. But for me, it was just like, no, this is just wrong. This has to stop. And so that's what it was like, and that's why I feel like thinking about it now, the impact of the villain was so heavy that it does make the movie so much better. So that's why I'm giving it an 8.3. Even even with the funny look of this villain, this character, the impact is what is so heavy. And they are creepy. So it works. There were times during the movie where I feel like because of watching Perkins 14, I was able to predict what was about to happen next, like just before it would happen. Then there were new elements in the story that I was also able to predict what would happen next in the story. So I don't know if I'm just good that way or if the movie just did a good job at using the lore that it was using and setting it up in a way that you would say to yourself, oh, this must be what's about to happen in order for those things to take place. It's hard to explain without giving away spoilers. And I really want to talk about this movie again with spoilers. And I'm going to have to start doing that with movies. The plight of the villain was one thing I had a question about, and whether or not they've gone through these links to solve their problem before. And I believe the answer is absolutely yes, because they had no qualms about it. But this is a very strong horror movie. So get out and check it out. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go because the noise levels are starting to pick up in here. So I got to wrap it up. But I do appreciate you guys watching, and I'll be back soon. So you guys take it easy.
Those kids walked out of those homes. No one pulled them out. No one forced them.